Dana White just gave a massive update on the White House card. He revealed that the matchmaking for the White House event has officially started, and he's calling it the biggest event in UFC history. He also shut down one of the biggest rumors that started circulating, the idea that Conor McGregor versus Colby Covington would headline the White House card. Dana flat out dismissed that rumor as total nonsense and made it clear that people are getting way ahead of themselves with speculation. At the same time, he confirmed that a major matchmaking meeting is happening immediately, with the matchmaker Mick Maynard flying in for what he described as full war room style sessions. The goal is to have fights dialed in by this weekend. Multiple reports that surfaced in the last day are all pointing to the same thing: the UFC is actively building this card now. No official fights have been announced yet, but the structure is being put together behind the scenes as we speak. The White House card is being positioned as a historic event, potentially the biggest in UFC history, with matchmaking already underway, one of the likely matchups being Topuria versus Gaethje.
Those are some big words right there. Do you believe this could be the type of event that maybe kickstarts a new era of fandom for this sport?
Yeah, it's going to introduce a lot of people to it that have never seen it before. And when you talk about like me, my executive team, the staff that works here, the media that covers us, and the fighters, this is going to be the most unique, amazing, night of our entire careers. So, the fighters are walking from the Oval Office, and I bet a lot of the people that cover the sport and are fans of the sport have probably never even been to the White House before, and obviously the fighters. So this is a really special one-of-one night. And when we go to do something, I like to deliver, and I like to deliver big. So it's going to be special.
Bisping and Felder just broke down the Topuria versus Gaethje fight. In their view, this isn't a technical chess match, it's guaranteed chaos, the kind of fight where someone is getting hurt early and the finish feels inevitable. And with the White House card being pushed as a historic UFC moment, they see this as the perfect main event the UFC could come up with. Ilya officially declared himself back to training on February 5th after resolving his personal and legal issues that kept him sidelined since late 2025. He confirmed full training, full focus, and a summer return timeline, which lines up perfectly with the White House event. Multiple reports are already saying there's around a 90% chance this fight headlines a South Lawn card, unifying the undisputed lightweight belt. At this point, it's not just fan talk anymore. It's being treated like an actual plan. Many analysts aren't writing Justin off, though. Din Thomas, for example, pointed out that Gaethje's pressure, durability, and brutal leg kicks could create real problems in the stand-up if Ilya makes even small mistakes. Justin himself has added even more fuel by saying a knockout win over Topuria could push back his planned 2027 retirement. Let's dive into what Bisping and Felder had to say.
I hope it's at the White House. It needs a big fight. I feel like that's guaranteed chaos between those two and somebody probably getting put away. I'm also hearing that there's potentially only going to be 6 or 7 fights on that card for the White House. And it makes sense, right? It's a limited audience right there. It's on the White House. It can't be an all-day, big, huge thing. They've got to try to limit it down somehow, because everyone's talking about, like, poor Dustin Jacoby was calling for the White House. Hopefully he gets it, but you're talking about 6. If it's only 6 or 7 fights. Now, if it's a 10, 14 fight card or something like that, I can see it happening. But
Michael Chandler is still calling for it. I don't know. Maybe he gets it, but I've got a feeling that he's not going to be on the White House card.
I'm 100% with you. Every time I see that, and I don't know, Mike.
I don't know.
Don't you want some guys that have kind of won a lot of fights recently to be on that card?
Khamzat Chimaev just sent a pointed message toward Team Khabib after their latest comments about Islam Makhachev potentially becoming a triple champion, and it's clear the remarks didn't sit well. For years, Team Khabib has pushed the narrative that Islam could dominate 3 divisions. After moving up to welterweight, Islam was even asked about middleweight, which he said could be realistic, while light heavyweight would be out of reach. A few days ago, Khabib reaffirmed his belief that Islam has the skills and discipline to succeed at middleweight, shining a spotlight on the division and on Chimaev himself. The tension is is understandable. Chimaev and Team Khabib have a complicated history, from a past brawl involving Khabib's cousin to a public reconciliation. These new comments felt dismissive of Chimaev's division and his title, prompting him to call out the perceived two-faced behavior. While this isn't a fight announcement, it clearly draws a line. If Islam ever moves toward middleweight, it won't just be about belts, it will be about pride, legacy, and the unfinished tension between two of modern MMA's most dominant forces. Here's what Chimaev wrote on his Instagram. Two-faced people are loved because the way they talk, they tell you exactly what you want to hear. Those who speak honestly, even behind your back, are not liked. It's clear he's taking a shot at the fake respect he feels Team Khabib has been showing. You can tell he's not buying into all the Islam can be a triple champ talk. UFC heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall gave fans a raw look at his recovery, sharing a photo of bloodshot, swollen eyes just one day after surgery at Optigra Eye Hospital in London. The operation addresses bilateral traumatic Brown syndrome from the brutal eye pokes he suffered against Cyril Gane during their UFC 321 title defense last year. What seemed minor at the time in Abu Dhabi turned into months of double vision, restricted eye movement, and depth perception issues that sidelined Aspinall indefinitely. The post-surgery image is striking. Intense redness and swelling, contrasting with Optigra's reassurances that they're committed to restoring his vision back to fighting fitness. While there's no exact timeline for his return, Aspinall has emphasized full recovery over rushing back, even as he eyes a Gane rematch. At 32, in his prime, this forced layoff has been mentally and physically tough. If Tom Aspinall's absence stretches on, the UFC may be forced to move on with an interim heavyweight title. Names like Alex Pereira or Gane are already being floated as potential candidates to step in. An interim belt would keep the division active and ensure the top contenders stay sharp while Aspinall recovers, but it would also set up a high-stakes unification fight once the champion is ready to return.
I think right now we just got to focus on the health, innit? We just got to get everything back to normal, follow the doctor's orders, and that's all I can control right now. So we'll cross that bridge when I'm feeling better and everything's right. Well, look, if you were sidelined from doing your job for like 15 months, not allowed to do anything, you train your ass off for 6 months for a fight, then to get double eye poked, to be left with no vision for nearly 6 weeks because of an illegal move, how do you think I feel? Not feeling fantastic, am I?
Obviously, you've just said there you're not sure on what to expect, but when do you think you can start training again?
I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. I'm obviously very keen to get back and beat this guy up, but I've got to be 100% right, so whenever the eye's good to go, that's when I'll do it.
What do you think the UFC's next move will be in the heavyweight division over the coming months? Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.